Yeah. Way up.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is my mic on? All right, here we go. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Happy Monday. I'm excited to be back at work. We just were on a little break. Maino is going to be joining us, but Monday traffic is the worst traffic, especially after a holiday. Dan is here, our producer. Are you getting used to talking on the mic every now and then?
I guess. I don't know.
You feel weird?
I feel like I still sound bad.
All
I'm
right.
trying, though.
All right. Well, look, you don't look as nervous.
I'm trying.
So hopefully you guys had an amazing holiday. And you know what time it is. It's like this is the time where people are like, all right, I overdid it. Now I got to buckle down and get back to my juicing. I got my green juice here with me this morning. Did you eat a lot?
Honestly, not really. I think Thanksgiving meal is overrated, but we could talk about that more later.
I was just saying that. Is there another time of the year that people eat turkey like they do for Thanksgiving?
No.
All right. Well, we do have a special guest joining us today, and this is very near and dear to my heart, Dr. Trisha Bailey. She has a book out called Unbroken, the triumphant story of a woman's journey. She's Jamaican-born, self-made billionaire. All right. She's a philanthropist, and she's the founder of Bailey's Medical. But when you hear her story of how she came up and the things that she went through and managed to not just survive, but thrive, you're going to love this story. And of course, we always start off with positivity on Way Up with Angela Yee. So let's shine a light. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up and let us know who you would like to shine a light on. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and you know how we like to start the show off, especially on a Monday, coming off this holiday weekend. Let's shine a light, and today I want to shine a light on somebody who I saw his story previously in Essence. Nicholas Perkins is his name, and he is the CEO of Fuddruckers. Now, y'all know the burger place Fuddruckers. You know it, right, Dan?
Yes. Have you ever been?
Yeah, my dad, first of all, used to love Fuddruckers when I was coming up because you got free unlimited refills of soda. He would bring his own Fuddruckers cup. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, to like use a cup from
Bring your own cup? You get away with it.
All right, well, anyway, he actually made history as the first black person to own a national burger company when he purchased Fuddruckers, Nicholas Perkins, right? He purchased all 92 Fuddruckers franchises. It was an $18.5 million deal. He initially bought 13 of the restaurants and then ended up buying all of them. So shout out to him. He was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, to a single mother and grandmother, and that's what sparked his interest in cuisine. And he's an HBCU alum. He went and got his Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and Management from Fayetteville State University, and then went on to get his MBA from Howard. So shout out to you, Nicholas Perkins. That's huge. Now you can feel good about going to Fuddruckers, right? All right, now who would you like to shine a light on? Alicia, who would you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my twin sister. Her name is Allison. She has a business called Beautiful Bare Bodies. She is the best wax specialist in the Bronx. She also has a product line with different soaps and yoni washes. And she's just the best.
Okay, Allison. That's dope.
Exactly. That's my bestie, but she really is the best. I'm not just saying that because she's my twin sister. Like, y'all can Google her. Okay? Look at her reviews. Okay? She is the best.
How can we Google her?
Beautiful Bare Bodies. It is spelled regular.
All right, well, thank you. And shout out to Allison.
Yes, thank y'all so much.
Take care.
All right, you too.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150, in case you couldn't get through some positivity. And you know it was a holiday weekend, so there was all types of activity. We're going to keep it positive right now and talk about Beyonce. Her Renaissance film premiered, and we'll give you some highlights. Also, the Soul Train Awards were last night. So much going on. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to him.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my bestie, Maino, is here. New Maino!
I feel like that was a little slow. I just feel like that was a little slow. I'm
This
back.
can't happen any faster. New Maino!
New Maino.
All right, well, let's get into some Yee tea. You know the Soul Train Awards were last night.
Yeah.
And
I
Kiki
didn't know,
Palmer
but it
was hosting. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
shout out to SZA. She
It's
led the
BT.
night with Usher and Victoria Monet also taking home a lot of awards. Yes, indeed. And Best New Artist was Coco Jones. Certified Soul Award was Usher. Best R&B soul female artist was SZA. Best gospel was Kirk Franklin. Song of the year was Snooze by SZA. I do love that song.
Yeah.
We definitely play it up here. Video of the year,
SZA.
Victoria Monet with On My Mama. So those are just some.
Mama. I love that song.
Victoria Monet is amazing.
I love that song.
By the way, and we're going to get into her in a second because she was at Beyonce's Renaissance premiere. But Keke Palmer was hosting, and here is one of the sketches that she did where she calls her mom, who is also babysitting for her.
What you mean he ain't sleep yet? I just need 30 more minutes, girl. I'm out here with my friends.
What friends?
We just in the backyard. Damn.
People out this backyard and turn out
But you
and come up here and put
you had to cuss me out like that.
I done raised my damn kids.
Bye, Mama. I'll call you back. Thank you for watching Leo. Love you, bye. You know how parents is when they watching your kid.
She's like, Mama,
That's
just watch it.
funny.
Yeah, she did a great job. But you know what else she did that was amazing? She premiered a new song last night, and I know a lot of people are going to feel here. It's called Ungorgeous.
You make me feel so gorgeous. You make me feel so gorgeous. I'm not picture perfect, but I know I'm worth it. Still, I feel so gorgeous.
Oh,
Her and the boy broke up.
yes, they did break up.
Didn't I tell you that?
Yes, you did.
Predicted that.
Because they kind of got back together, it looked like, for a second, but then it really hit the fan. And so, yes, they are broken up. In addition to that, T-Pain got the Legend Award, and he did perform a medley of his biggest hits. Here it is.
This is great. This is amazing. But to the new people in the crowd, to the new artists out there, I don't want you to chase this. I want you to know that you already got this. You already have this in your mind. I want y'all to be who you are unapologetically. And I want you to not care what anybody else thinks about that person.
Okay.
You
All
deserve
right.
it.
Yeah, shout out to T-Pain.
T-Pizzle.
All right, another thing that was really big was Beyonce actually had the premiere for her Renaissance movie. You know, that's coming out December 1st. Some places it'll be Thursday night, so you can check it early. But they said that's going to sell out pretty quick.
Yeah.
When they did the pre-sales in October, it was $7 million of tickets sold in October already. So imagine how hard it's going to be to be able to see this movie. But she premiered the movie on Saturday, and Janelle Monáe was there, Lizzo, Chloe and Halle, Tyler Perry. There were a lot of things that we learned also from people talking about it. There were several trailers that were out promoting the movie. You get to see Beyonce talking. You also learned that Blue Ivy took a lot of the criticism that people gave her.
Right.
When
Of
she
her performance.
first
Yep.
of her performance, and use that to get better.
Yeah. Saw that.
People were talking so crazy, but it was nice to see the difference from the beginning of the tour to the end, because that's not an easy thing to be able to do. But all of the OG Destiny's Children were there.
Destiny's Children. Yeah, they pulled up. That's good to see that.
Yeah,
Them all
Latavia,
together.
Latoya Luckett, Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams, all of them were there. So that is really dope.
The old ones too.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Hold up.
Latoya,
Right,
Latavia.
What's the other one name?
I think you're like, who's missing from this?
Yeah, I feel like somebody's missing.
Yeah, I feel like that too. All right. Well, yes. So I know everybody's going to see that. I wonder if we'll be able to see it on Friday. The tour experience. But that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. So much to talk about because we have been on vacation for the past week. We spoke on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and
I called you.
Your son Zane was about to get your name tattooed on his forearm. Cannot wait for that. But right now, let's get into a classic. Janae Aiko with The Worst. It's way up.
About last night. Last night. Here's how it went down.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano's in the building.
New, the newest.
Mano, how was your holiday, and what did you do?
Man, shout out to Pearls Monroe. Shout out to Steph. She came through. You know, that's the chef from Kitchen Talk.
Okay.
She came through.
Oh, she cooked for me when I was there. That was so good.
Absolutely. Chefed it up. We had everything. Lasagna with turkey meat. We had macaroni and cheese, yams, salmon.
That's a good
jerk
idea.
Chicken.
For the holidays to try to get food like cooked or catered for you. Because
when
when my family comes over, I'm like, we getting this catered.
Yes, because it's too much work.
Mm-hmm.
But I helped out, though.
What'd you do? What can you make?
No, I just made sure all the food was there.
I just made sure I ate it.
Yeah, just made sure it was.
Well, you know what's crazy? So first of all, I never see my family on actual Thanksgiving. We always get together on another day. Traffic is so bad on Thanksgiving.
Crazy.
I actually was outside and I went to go work out on Thanksgiving Day. I was with my friend Yamanika. She does these like intense workouts with the trainer.
Right.
And she's been asking me to come. And so Thanksgiving is a day that I really don't have to see many people.
Right.
So I went with Yamanika to her trainer and worked out in the traffic. I was like, this is why
So you don't see your family at all on Thanksgiving?
I saw them on Saturday.
See them Saturday.
Yeah.
Make sure you do it after.
Yes, we do it when the traffic is not as bad. Do you want to know what we did on Saturday with my family?
What y'all do?
This is the Chinese side of the family. We went to a Chinese buffet in Garden City, Long Island.
That's fun though.
It was funny. And
All you can eat.
We were definitely there, and when I tell you all you can eat, I felt bad for the staff because this is what my family does at a buffet. So they eat, and we got there at what time did we get there? At 5, and so I was there till like almost 9. We were there till 9 o'clock, right? And so what they do is they get their first helpings. Everybody's chilling. Then they go again. Then we pay the bill. And then they still go get more food. And then they're going to get desserts. And then on the same plate with the dessert, they got all kinds of other stuff mixed in. When I tell you, my dad ate like 4 ice cream bars.
Wow.
And there was a rule. I guess if you take an ice cream bar to go, you got to pay $1. You have to eat it there. Or let me tell you something. I usually don't love a buffet because I'm very, people over I don't know how you feel about buffets.
I haven't been to a buffet in I don't know when. It's like I ain't been to one of those in years.
Well, shout out to my family.
I want to go now
to the buffet. It was like going up again, and then I try not to overdo it. But
no,
then
they overdo it.
My dad keeps on bringing stuff like I'm like, I don't even eat that. I don't eat seafood. Why do y'all?
Nah, you gotta. You know what? I want to do that and round my family up and just overdo it.
Go to the buffet. Yeah. They had a room reserved. Then they started playing mahjong. I don't know if you know what mahjong is.
What's that?
It's like a game. It looks like dominoes, but it's like a Chinese version.
Oh, word.
It's called mahjong. I'm like, y'all, these people want to go home. You here playing a game. But yeah, so that was my Thanksgiving celebration with the Yee family. So shout out to them. When we come back, you know what it is. Tell us a secret.
Tell us a secret.
And it's family time. And so I know there were a lot of secrets that came out during the holidays. I know you got some.
Yeah, you know I'm always doing this.
You know that ain't your daddy. All right, 800-292-5150 is a number. We love this part of the show. It is Tell Us a Secret. It's no judgment, all right? And you are anonymous, so do not let Maino trick you into saying your name and location. 800-292-5150. Call us up and tell us a secret.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I'm here with my guy, Maino.
Maino.
I'm excited to be here with you.
Come on, I'm excited to be back.
And I'm happy because this is your favorite segment, Tell Us a Secret. Where people call in and anonymously, with no judgment, tell us their deepest, darkest secrets. 800-292-5150. Hello, anonymous caller. Tell us your secret.
Yeah, my secret is I want my coworker to stop calling me sis because I'm trying to see what he was like naked.
Ooh. Oh, why don't you just tell him how you feel?
You can't just do that.
I'm gonna say.
2023.
No, you gotta give. Do you feel like, because you can tell if somebody's interested or not? Do you feel like he's interested?
I can't tell. I really just mind my business at work. I do what I'm supposed to do. He does what he's supposed to do. We have like light conversation, but little does he know, I would take it down.
Do you have his number?
I do.
Yeah,
but I only talk about work.
Yeah, you should send him some naked pictures.
No, you should not. That could be.
Nah.
At work, you could get fired for that.
No,
That's what we're not gonna do. That's what we're not gonna do.
Wait till you home and do it.
Do not listen to
do
this.
it off hours.
No.
If a guy did that, he would be out of there so
Doing
fast.
it rows.
Listen,
That's
I'm
what
gonna tell you.
I'm not gonna do, Maino.
I'm gonna tell you what to do. It's something outside of work. Whether it's go get something to eat. Oh, there's this new restaurant that opened. I know you like this type of food. We should check it out and see.
You should wear certain clothes around him.
No, you should not.
Entice him.
No, thank you, Maino. Maino, you're not coming through with the advice today.
Sit on his lap and work.
Maino.
No.
Listen.
I'm gonna figure out something.
I think you just be like, yo,
I'll
this
call back
restaurant
and let
open.
you know.
You like this type of food? We should go eat, and then see if he goes. And if it's not, it's no big deal. You was just throwing it out there.
We'll see. I'll figure out something.
Okay.
I'll call back and let you know.
Stop being scared. Go for it.
Do not take Mano's advice. All right, thank you.
I won't. Don't worry.
Hello, anonymous caller. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm going through it.
Uh-oh. We are ears, and we're not going to judge you, so let's listen.
I just took a pregnancy test, and I'm pregnant again, and this will be my 5th child, and I just had a grandbaby. Like, I can't have a child younger than my grandbaby.
Ooh, what are you going to do?
How does that work? You got a child younger than your
She has an older child who has
How
a
does
kid.
that work?
Oh.
Yes, my
Right.
oldest is 19. He had a baby, and it's just ridiculous. This is just so ridiculous. Like, my body, my choice. I will be out there ducking and dodging the protesters.
Yeah.
Because hell to the no.
So it's the same father for you?
Same father, but, you know, we in a struggle right now, and I am not trying to bring a whole new life into the struggle.
Okay, all right, I'm playing, but that is your body, your choice. That's what planning parenthood is all about, is you deciding what you want to do when it comes to family planning.
Yeah, don't judge me, y'all.
Don't judge you for what?
Girl, I would never, ever judge you for that.
For what?
I gotta stop.
No, you don't have to stop doing that.
He doesn't pull out?
Listen, because the snap is snapping, okay? And I just gotta stop snapping.
That snapper. You got the pink snapper.
It's ceviche.
So are you gonna have the baby?
No, she just said. But you know what? It's your decision, and just make sure whatever you do, you're safe about it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you saying that it's just that good? You just can't pull out?
Man, it wasn't even worth it. Like, it would just be so quick. I'd be like, what happened?
You giving out any samples?
Stop it, Mano.
I'm just asking.
Listen, after this, hell no.
All right. Thank you for calling. All right. Well, that was Tell Us a Secret. In case you couldn't get through, 800-292-5150. You can still leave a message. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. Man, should we get into some of these allegations that have been happening?
It's a lot.
There's a lot. And, you know, part of the reason why was the
deadline.
Yeah, the deadline. We'll talk about all of that. The deadline in New York State. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some very serious Yee tea this morning. First, let's start off with opening statements are set to begin in Young Thug's racketeering trial today. All right, he's facing gang-related charges in a RICO indictment in Fulton County, Georgia, and his attorney, Brian Steele, has confirmed to ABC News that this is all starting today. He has pleaded not guilty to all 8 counts, and according to his attorney, he said Mr. Williams has committed no violation of law whatsoever, and his legal team filed several motions over the past year to try to get him released on bond, but they were all denied.
Free Thug.
So we will see what's going to happen, but we'll definitely be watching and keeping you updated. All right. Now let's get into all of these allegations that were happening over the past couple of days. And this is all because I think it was on the 24th. That's when everything expired for people to be able to file these claims against in New York State. New York State. So that's when everything.
Adult Survivors Act.
Yes, and that's why Cassie actually filed her civil suit at that time too. All right, so Jamie Foxx. Now he has sexual assault accusations, and Jamie Foxx's lawyer has already released a statement after that news got released of this recently filed lawsuit, saying now the lawyer saying this incident never happened and that he already has been to court over the matter. According to his attorney, in 2020, this individual filed a nearly identical lawsuit in Brooklyn. That case was dismissed shortly thereafter. The claims are no more viable today than they were then. We are confident they will be dismissed again, and he's planning to countersue the plaintiff. All right, Jimmy Iovine has been issued a summons for sexual abuse, harassment, and he has these allegations from an anonymous accuser. And so according to the court documents, they're saying it's assault and battery. Attorneys are seeking compensation to be determined at trial. So we will keep you updated on that as well. And then Diddy, now a third person has come forward, and they are claiming sexual assault as well. In this lawsuit, a woman is identified as Jane Doe. She alleges that she and a friend met Diddy and Aaron Hall, and we'll get into Aaron Hall in the next hour, at a New York event that was hosted by Uptown Records, and that Diddy and Aaron Hall were very flirtatious and handsy with Jane Doe and her friend, offering them drinks throughout the night. Then they went to Aaron Hall's apartment, according to the allegations, where they were offered more drinks and coerced into having sex with Diddy. And then she said she laid in bed shocked and traumatized as she was in the process of getting dressed. She says that Aaron Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to have sex with him. And she said after that, she fled from the apartment. All right. And Diddy's former bad boy president, Harve Pierre, is also being sued for sexual assault. And the company says that it is investigating. The former employee says that Harve Pierre engaged in a year-long pattern of grooming her, which led to sexual harassment and sexual assault on multiple occasions between 2016 and 2017. Now, Diddy's former head of security also is ready to share things that he said happened too. And Roger Bonds was also named in the suit that was settled with Cassie. So Cassie named him in the suit as a witness. And he went on social media and said, this is not meant to be threat or snitching or anything like that against Cassie or Diddy or anyone else. This is me telling my truth, as I truly remember it for two reasons only. First, because I have 4 daughters. So on all dudes, my truth is I seen it, saw it, and was involved with it for years. And he said, I'm willing to tell my truth because for so many years I was quiet. Nothing matters now but family. All right. Now, there's another security, Gene Deal, that has been talking about.
He's been speaking for years.
Yes. What he alleges Diddy has been doing for years. And a lot of those interviews, have been coming up, and he's still speaking out about it. And here's what he had to say about Danny D. Kane. He said that when Diddy was giving everybody back their publishing, it was under the conditions that there would be an NDA. He didn't want people to talk about things that happened at the label. And he also says that Diddy was trying to groom these girls. And here's what else he said.
They have indies, non-disclosure. It's the same thing that he gave all his artists when he gave them their publishing back. I'm going to give y'all publishing, but y'all can't talk about Janice Combs, Justin Combs, Sony, Bad Boy, or anything that happened. But there's some artists that didn't sign it. I think Danny D. Kane.
He also said that Diddy was planning to pimp the girls out.
And I said something to him and walked out the studio. He said, yo, I'm going to drug their ass off and pimp them out to my I was like, there's somebody kids. And walked out.
All right. So we're seeing a lot of things surface. And we'll be talking about this more in depth. I definitely want to get some people up here to give some more depth to this conversation. But when we come back, we do have Under the Radar. That was your Yeetie. And we'll talk about some of the stories that are flying under the radar. One of them really piqued your interest, Mano, and we're going to tell people why. At-home testing. We'll tell you all about it. It's way up.
I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano's in the building.
Hey.
And listen, it's time for these under the radar stories that we think are interesting, but may not necessarily be in the headlines. The FDA has authorized the first home test for chlamydia and gonorrhea.
You could check people.
Yes, it's a simple 2 test.
Upon pull-up.
It's made by the company Let's Get Checked. And so now it's approved. People were concerned that they might have chlamydia or gonorrhea and they would have to go get tested at a doctor's office. And now users of the new test won't need a prescription. They can activate it online. All right. So there you go. If you have gonorrhea, some of the symptoms can include stomach or pelvic pain, increased vaginal discharge, painful urination, bleeding between periods. A lot of people don't even have symptoms, so they may not notice it as well.
Now you can check people upon pull-up. You can check visitors. Here, take this first.
I told you got to be a little more.
No, I'm saying in general. Don't try to make it about me. Don't try to make it about me. I'm saying in general. People can check people. Here.
I'm going to get you some condoms for Christmas.
Stop playing with me.
All right. Now, do you know what the most common password is? And it takes less than a second to crack, according to research. They did, NordPass did an annual list of common passwords. The most common password was counted more than 4.5 million times. What do you think it is?
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's corny.
Isn't it? And then the other one is, the top of the keyboard, QWERTY. That's another really where people just go across the top of the keyboard and do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got anything with that? Navy?
I definitely do not, but Navy surely does. That's probably.
I never use that.
All right, so yes, please don't use those passwords. All right, now the 2023 word of the year, according to Merriam-Webster, is what? Do you know what that
Numeno.
is? It's numeno. The word of the year is authentic. It feels like a lot of people are doing branding, and people want you to be authentic, and they want it to be organic, but that's the new word of the year.
I would have thought it was toxic.
Ooh, right. Or what else did you say earlier?
What was the other word that people?
Gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
That was a popular one.
Narcissist.
Yes, all of those things. All right, well, that is your Under the Radar. You know we got the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour on a Monday to get your week started right. Also, Dr. Trisha Bailey is going to be joining us. I love her. And she has her book out right now, Unbroken. She is born in Jamaica, and she is the first Jamaican-born woman who is a self-made billionaire. All right? It's Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here.
That's right, baby.
And it's time for some Yee tea.
Okay.
All right. Well, earlier we were talking about Diddy, and we were talking about a third woman coming forward with the lawsuit. We were talking about his head of security speaking out about things that he witnessed. Well, now let's talk about that third lawsuit again. This was a woman who, according to the lawsuit, says that both Diddy and Aaron Hall were very flirtatious with her. She's identified as Jane Doe, and to her and her friend, and offered them drinks throughout the night. And then they went to Aaron Hall's apartment, where allegedly Jane Doe was offered more drinks and was coerced into having sex with Diddy. And then after the alleged assault, she was in bed, shocked and traumatized. And as she was getting dressed, she says Aaron Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to have sex with him. This is Aaron Hall from the group Guy. Now, Gloria Velez, who has a child with Aaron Hall, she got pregnant when she was 16 years old by him.
Really?
Yes, by the way. She had posted on social media, and she talked about grooming happening in the industry. She said, if you don't think grooming is happening in this business, you're sadly mistaken. It started in 1994 with Luke and a few others in this business. I was in high school. Now, people did bring up Aaron Hall's interview on Vlad TV, where he said this.
When I saw her, she was dancing with Luke. I didn't know she was a puppy. She was tall. She was big, blonde hair, bone with the black pant leather. I was like, I'm getting that. So I just went there and just grabbed her hand and went inside the hotel and gave it to her. But my whole thing is this, is that I love Gloria to death because she gave me a beautiful son. Gloria didn't do no bad thing to me. I thought she was older. So when I saw her, everybody was trying to get at her. Why y'all scared of her? I took her.
All right.
I didn't know Aaron Hall talked like that, though.
It was...
I'd never heard him talk.
Quite aggressive, and she was only 16 at the time. She gave birth to their child when she was 17 years old. Now, after, like I told you, she talked about grooming, and then she posted a picture of her school ID and said, South Florida, 1993, 1994 teen clubs where the pedophilia men scouted and groomed. It was their playground. And Uncle Luke did not like being accused of grooming her. And he went on social media and responded, and here's what he said.
I signed LaJuan Love. LaJuan Love was 14 years old. You know what you have to do when you sign him? Underage person, you got to go get consent by the court. They have to then get a lawyer. The kid gets his own lawyer. Parents have their own lawyer. You have your lawyer. Then that's how you... Man, I don't play about that paperwork. I'm not none of them dudes, man.
All right, and he went on to talk more about this on social media. First of all, he said he just learned what grooming was.
I don't even know what it is.
That's you don't know what grooming is?
No.
That's when they prepare you for being taken advantage of. So it's kind of like grooming an underage person so that you can take advantage of them.
So they preparing you for somebody else?
Or for themselves. You know, some people say, oh, she was 14 years old and he was grooming her for later on. So by the time she was 16 or 17, he could take advantage of her. All right. So he said, I don't have no problem going to court. I'm not Russell Simmons. I don't do that. The problem is when you know your brand and you know what you're singing about, you subject yourself to be in that kind of trap faster. So what you have to do is really not be about what those songs is talking about, because you can get yourself jammed up. And so that's his way of saying that, you know, he knew what kind of hole he was in based on his music, so he always made sure he protected himself. And then he said, everyone around me, I encourage them to be great, better businessmen, women, better parents, better community servants. I have a long list of individuals who work for me that are multi-millionaires. And so that was his response to that. And he does know how to go to court. If you guys recall,
right,
he did a whole court decision that affected.
That's right, hip hop in general, the music business.
Absolutely.
Sampling.
Obscenity. It was an obscenity case.
Right.
All right. Well, that is your Yee Tea. And it is a Monday. And I really missed you, Maina. So I'm glad that you're here today.
I'm here, baby.
You're my favorite rude boy. Here's Rude Boy Rihanna. And when we come back, we have a Monday Mainovation. It's way up.
You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
It's way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. And Maino is here.
Yeah.
New Maino.
Felt like that was a little late.
It was a little late.
I
felt it too.
A half a second late.
Okay. All right. We'll work on that. He's a little rusty.
Okay. It's been at least a week.
And listen, let's let that roll right into this Monday
Mainovation. Monday Mainovation. I'm going to say this. Sometimes learn how to mind your business.
I'm good at that.
Minding your business is very, very imperative. That's very important. Mind the business that pays you, because you don't have to have an opinion about everything and everybody. You don't have to be in everything. You don't have to dance to every song. You don't have to dance at every party. Sometimes minding your business and staying in your lane is the best policy, because you're too worried about what you got going on to be even caring about everybody else.
I always tell people, imagine if you focus all of that energy that you put into being worried about what somebody else is doing or not doing, or what they're wearing or what they look like, and you put all of that into yourself,
right?
Just how much more productive you could be.
And I think we living in a everybody's in everybody's business, era right now. Everybody's in everybody's business. Everybody got an opinion about everything. You think about some of the comments that people make on you, and you look at some of the people making the comments, you go, man, you cannot be the person making this comment. You cannot have an opinion about this, because you need to fix what you got going on.
And some people be quiet at certain times too.
Yeah, you should.
Some people mind their business
Yes.
at certain times. Like, let me mind my business, stay in my own lane, focus on me.
That's right. Focus on you, mind your business, stay in your lane.
And I do want to make an asterisk here. Yee Tea, we do mind other people's business. I just want to throw that out there, because
that's part of the
people are
job,
listening right now.
No, that's
saying,
different.
Well, what about when you? But
no,
that
different.
is
a job. This is a job description.
That's what we call minding the business that pays you.
Right, that pays you. You paid to do that, to do Yee Tea and under the radar.
And listen, I'm all for water cooler talk and being like, oh my God, did you see what happened in the news? But being able to then be like, okay,
focus on you.
Yes, focus on you. Don't gossip at work about people who are going to hear about it. One of my rules is don't say something about somebody behind their back that you would be horrified if they heard about it, or if they heard it repeated. Then just don't say it. That's one of my rules.
Spend less time in the comment sections, man, and get to your own dreams.
All right. Well, with all of that said, thank you so much for that Monday Mainovation.
No hesitation, any situation.
With all that being said, it's time for Ask Yee. If you need some advice, we are going to mind your business.
But I'm really good at this.
Yeah, you are. You are an award-winning advice giver.
Greatest.
800-292-5150 is the number. Let us know what question you have. We are here to help. And right now, Chris Brown, Under the Influence, is way up.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts. You should know. This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Maino is here.
Yep.
The award-winning advice giver, and it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. We have Joy on the line. Hey, Joy.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, you do not sound happy.
No. So I found some pornographic videos and photos on a tablet that belongs to my boyfriend. And when I asked about it, he said it was sold and those women paid him for sexual encounters. I'm like, but who's paying for that? Like, I don't believe women do that.
So he says that he was getting paid to do sexual things with women?
Yeah.
So he was like a prostitute?
Porn store. Escort?
I'm still confused, and I'm like, that's disgusting. Like, there's other ways to make money. You can get a second job. You can...
He's a content creator.
Whatever.
Was it like for OnlyFans or something?
No, it was like personal videos.
And was this while you guys were together or before you?
Together. In the videos, as I'm watching the videos, you're not even protecting yourself, so you're just out here being nasty.
Wow. How did you rate his performance, though?
No.
The performance was okay, but at the end of the day, who was really paying for a sexual encounter?
I want to see some. Did you ask him to show you some receipts? Like, where's the payments? I need to see.
I'm still waiting. I'm like, well, show me a Cash App or Zelle, PayPal, something that they showing that they paid for some sexual encounters, because I don't believe that.
What advice do you need, Joy? Because it feels like you're already disgusted and over it. So what advice do you need today?
I don't even know, because I'm like, I don't even know what to do, because I'm like, he begging to be back when he's somebody, he loves me. You can't love me doing stuff like that.
I can't see you just forgetting about this either. You know, we forgive people, but that don't mean we forget. And I mean, he was sneaking around doing this. What makes you think he's going to stop doing it? And the fact that he's telling you I was getting paid, I don't believe that either. He's not even being honest after he got caught. He cheated. You know, maybe he felt like saying he got paid. You would think it was just work.
Man got to make a living.
Shut up.
It's called get a job. J-O-B, job.
Joy, it feels like you could do better. That's how I'm looking at it. You don't need to. You already broke up with him. It doesn't feel like you want to take him back. The fact that you're considering it, though, is interesting.
But it was weird, though, because he always accused me of cheating. And I'm like, I never even cheated, though. And I always say the person who always accuses her is the person who's doing it.
That's
He's
a
like,
fact.
oh, you better cheat. He's like, oh, well, everybody cheats.
Yeah, no accountability. If his excuse is everybody cheats, I mean, he doesn't even think he's wrong. He just thinks it's normal, and that's not normal. So I say go forward, don't look back. Don't look back at it.
Yeah, because I'm like, then he had his son call me talking about, oh, well, my dad loves you. And I'm like, this don't got nothing to do with you. You didn't see his house place. The dad made his decision, and it is what it is. I'm cool on that. Like,
yeah, that's very manipulative. Don't have the kids call me. All right, it's over, sir. Thank you, Joy, for calling us. I think you know what you need to do. I understand you wanted to vent and get that out there, but I know you know in your heart where you have to go, unfortunately, and I know it hurts and it's hard. It's the holidays and everything, and kids are involved. You know, you're close with his son, but it just feels like this is an ultimate deception for you. All right, well, that was Ask Ye, 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you can always leave a message. And when we come back, we have Dr. Trisha Bailey joining us. She is the author of Unbroken. She's a Jamaican-born woman. She is the first self-made Jamaican-born woman billionaire, and you're going to love her story. It is a real story of resilience. You know, it's just incredible. So I need you guys to hear this. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
We're about to do this. Yeah.
Yo.
More Way Up with Angela Yee on now.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here with me.
Yes.
And we have Dr. Trisha Bailey here with us today, the author of Unbroken, which is your memoir. But, I mean, I have to say this because how could I not? But the richest Jamaican-born woman, $700 million net worth. And I'm only saying that because you can Google it.
Does it feel weird to hear her say such big numbers like that?
Well, it's actually $1 billion, but
$1 billion.
Yes,
okay,
it does. In the space I'm in, it's almost like surreal. Like I function like, how can a little girl like me that came from such meager beginnings be in the space? So, but I know why I'm here now. I'm here to help and to inspire and to elevate the people who look like me.
You actually were born in Jamaica. You came to the United States, to Hartford, Connecticut, when you were 13 years old?
13.
So what kind of major change, and I know I read the book, but in case people haven't, what was that culture shock like for you?
We were just happy kids. We didn't even know we were poor. And then my second day here in the United States, I wanted to walk because we walked 3.5 miles to school in Jamaica, and walking and running was just a natural thing that we did. So I wanted to walk to school in Hartford. And so the second day I got lost. I got out of school at 1:15 and I didn't get back to the house until 9-10 o'clock at night.
Oh no.
On the second day. Can you imagine what that's like?
Oh my God. And that first night was the first night I experienced the worst thing that could happen to a child. When I came home, my mom said, "Go kiss your father goodnight." And what he did thereafter was beyond atrocious. I don't want to give away the book for anyone,
Right.
but it was the
Your
start.
stepfather, too, not your...
My stepfather.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was the start of my nightmare.
It was even hard for me because I had already met you when I read the book to read that, because the fact that as a child you could be so unprotected in your own home, and I'm sure people who are listening can have some type of idea. And, you know, about this book is that you definitely did not hold back.
Yeah.
You know, it was a lot of really graphic details that were hard to read, but it also, I think, can be very necessary for people to understand the trauma that can come with something like that. Now, Dr. Trisha Bailey, I want to ask you this. As a young girl, you were very unprotected. Even your mom, you did attempt to tell her what was happening in the house with your stepfather, and she told you that you were a liar. Have you ever, after that, you've never had a conversation with her about any of what transpired? And if she, because there's no way, like you said, that somebody could not have known in that house what was going on.
So I struggle with that. I struggle with that a lot, because whether she knew or not know, I still don't know the answer to that.
But you did tell her, so.
So I told her later on, but she didn't know the full details. She found out the full details the same time everyone did in the book.
And what did she say?
We never talked about it.
Do you want to talk to her? Do you feel like you will at some point?
That's a really good question. I'm not sure. I have moved to the place of complete forgiveness for everyone who has not supported me when they were supposed to support me. And we're in a really good space right now, my mom and I don't even, she's a Caribbean woman. They don't like to talk about those things. I think my mom also had her own traumas.
And we don't even know what that is.
We don't know what those are.
What type of therapy have you gone through?
So I did 10 years of talk therapy. And that helped, because it helped you to process your boundaries and be able to engage with different people. But then I discovered EMDR therapy, which is a non-talk therapy, which is specialized in trauma. And what it does, it basically, so traumas are in your subconscious like ice cubes. And a normal memory, you're walking down the street, that's why you won't remember it 10 years later. But a trauma, you're going to remember exactly what happened
Every
to
detail.
you. All the details. What EMDR does is melt all those memories so that it's a normal memory. And so that the trauma is not affecting you. That's why I'm able to talk about it freely now and able to go through the stories without actually feeling broken, without feeling as though I need help. I did 8 sessions of the EMDR therapy. So I advocate so much for this. So if any of you are out there who needs,
I probably need that, yeah.
Who needs some trauma therapy, EMDR. Picture yourself in the room. You go in the room. It's completely dark, and you only have a flashlight. The only light you see is the little flashlight. That's a person with trauma. After you have processed it and deal with it, like through EMDR, now you turn the entire light switch on and your entire world is lit. And so now, like, I am truly at the happiest place I've ever been in my life.
All right, Dr. Trisha Bailey is here. Y'all know she is so amazing and impressive to me to have come from where she came from, built herself up into a billionaire with no help. It's an amazing story. We have more with her when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Up with Angela Yee on now.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here, and we are talking to Dr. Trisha Bailey, the author of Unbroken, but also the founder of Bailey's Medical. These are the type of stories that I love, and getting into the details of how a person came from growing up in Jamaica to being a billionaire and a philanthropist. She's now going to talk to us about how she managed to even start and grow and scale her business. At some point, you were a stockbroker.
Yes.
That's not an easy space to be in, and especially being like a black woman. What was that experience like for you? Because there were a lot of times you were in those spaces where you were certainly the only one or one of few.
Yeah. I became the youngest stockbroker in the history of the company.
22 years old.
And I was the only black woman in the New England for Smith Barney. I have to make sure that I'm better than every single person that's there. So I gave it everything that I had because that's all I knew. All I knew was to work.
And then you ended up getting into the pharmaceutical business.
Yes.
And then the entrepreneurship part happened for you.
And the entrepreneurship happened. So I had got promoted into the second company I was with. I was finishing my doctorate degree at the time. I had my MBA. I was #1 in the company. I had every award that they can give out in the company. When I got to California, my boss had lunch with me the first day, and he looked at me. He says, "Oh, I didn't know you're black." I said, "Yeah, I'm black."
Yeah.
Not thinking anything of it because, I mean, why would that even matter, right? And a week later, he started disapproving everything that was previously approved.
Wow. Still happened.
And at that point, Devin, the character in the book, Devin, he said to me, "Why are you working for someone you have all these degrees?"
Right.
And I started my first company, which was a medical recruiting company. And it became extremely successful. The first 6 months, I mean, I literally worked my tail off every single day.
And you had your daughter with you this whole time too. Sometimes people who, moms feel like they can't fathom how can they manage to do this. How did you manage to do that, having a young daughter and then you had a son?
Yeah. So at this time I did not have my son. I just had my daughter, but she was on my hip everywhere I go. So everything I was doing, sometimes I'll have her. I mean, I remember breastfeeding, putting my makeup on, whatever it is I needed to get done. I was doing it when I had her.
Right now, Jasmine, Brandon, and I are talking to Dr. Trisha Bailey, author of Unbroken. Let's talk about your investments in some of these sports teams.
Yeah.
So how did this even come about?
So it's basically you have to be invited into being a minority owner for various sports team. And so there's a group, basically like private equity group that comes together, invites you in to be one of the investors. So that's how. So I can't walk in these arenas and be like, oh, I own your team.
Right, you can't.
Right.
But we can't put in the bio.
Right.
Let's see, what are the teams? Hold on, because I had a list.
There's a few of them, right?
Yes. The Charlotte Hornets, the Atlanta Hawks, and Seattle.
Do you go to the games? Do you have a team you like?
I do. I actually go to Magic. So I have floor seats at the Magic game, and I sometimes forget that I'm not supposed to be cheering for the Magic. So I'm supposed to be cheering for my team. I'm like, I'm cheering against my own self-interest here.
But when it comes to your book, Unbroken, what are some things that you've heard from people? First, I want to ask you what you've heard that people have taken from it, and then I want to know what you yourself got from writing this.
They said that I helped them to share their own trauma and to go get help. You allow me to see that I can overcome my struggles and I can also let go and forgive.
And what did you get?
I get to know that I am doing my calling. I am living in my purpose in helping others.
Well, Dr. Trisha Bailey, Unbroken is available now. And I tell you guys, like, you have to read this book and it is going to put you through some things, but I also feel like we love the fact that we can see you sitting here and know how the story ends.
Yes.
It is a pleasure to be able to talk to you, and you are definitely a role model for anybody who is watching this to know that you can make incredible things happen, and you certainly have.
Well,
and so we appreciate you and we celebrate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you guys.
And when we come back, you guys get to have the last word. 800-292-5150. Anything that you want to say that you didn't get a chance to express, any secrets, any shine of lights, any ask ye's, all of that. This is the time. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. When we come back, last word.
Pick up the phone. Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard. What the word is. Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Mano is here.
I'm here, baby.
Mainovation.
That's right.
Did you do some Cyber Monday or Black Friday shopping?
I ordered one thing.
What's that?
A game console. The old school Pac-Man.
Oh, okay.
With 13, 14 games on it.
I like that.
I wanted that for the house.
All right. Well, good. We love it. Well, it's still Cyber Monday, guys. So it's been hard. I actually had to unsubscribe from all of these different places that email me about sales. I was like, it's enough. I'm trying not to buy things. But again, thank you to Dr. Trisha Bailey for joining us. She is the author of Unbroken. Make sure you read her full story. She was a track star. She went through a lot of abuse as a child and then as an adult, even from relationships that she was in to becoming a successful billionaire and philanthropist. Yes.
Big Billy.
A Billy. All right, we don't play games here. And happy Monday, you guys. Of course, this is all about you. So now it's time for last word. 800-292-5150.
Oh my God, Angela, I want to tell my secret. I done cheated on my boyfriend after 10 years. And I done fell in love with my sneaky link. And he done gave me an STD. I can't even tell my boyfriend.
Hi, my name is Robin. I want to shine a light on my grandchildren that were falsely taken away from us. Just let them know that I love them and I miss them so much. Again, to my grandbabies, Grandma, I love you, and I hope to see you guys soon again. Thank you.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.